Hi everybody, Miss Brown here. I am recording this video for students and parents alike. The reason I say students first is because I do believe that my fourth graders are more than capable of a lot of things that we don't hold them accountable for. So, moms, dads, parents, guardians, whoever you may be, especially anyone who feels like they might be losing their minds because they don't know what to expect with this at home online remote learning, feel free to just say, you know what, kiddo, this one's on you, and put them to the test and see how they do. Because this whole first week is definitely going to be trial and error, us dipping our toes into the water, getting comfortable with independence and learning how to log in, log off, all that good stuff. So, um, that being said, parents, you're more than welcome to sit down with your child or watch it on your own and watch it over and over and pause and play whatever you want to do. But I'm sure a lot of you probably have 3 to 4 of the exact same questions, um, which are probably something to do with supply lists and supplies that are needed. Uh, Definitely something about our schedule for online learning, and absolutely what does that look like for my child, or if you're the student watching, what does it mean for me to log into our virtual classroom through Canvas. So hopefully I can make this clear and concise. I have a character flaw in me that lends me to speaking way too long in a roundabout way to get to the point. So if that happens, forgive me, but I think that we can probably pound this out pretty quickly. Okay, first and foremost, hopefully you were able to go and pick up your learning kit or your child's learning kit from Zaharis this morning. If you did, I'm sure your child probably already opened it up. If not, no big deal. If they did, awesome, no big deal. There's just a handful of a few things to get them started, and hopefully what they need that won't be found digitally while we begin this away learning together. A notebook, some writing utensils, a planner, a folder, a letter from our incredible counselor. I'm drawing a blank. Blank. Speaking of blank, a blank. No, it's not blank, but a vinyl record. So stay tuned to figure out what the deal is with that. Anyways, all that stuff will make sense once we get started. However, I've had a lot of parents ask me, what is the supply list? What's the supply list? What should I get? What do I need? So here's the deal. My goal was to give your child or student, if you're listening, what they or you needed to be able to learn from home for now. However, there is an in-person, brick and mortar, in the classroom school supply list that definitely needs to be obtained eventually, whether you choose to do it now because supplies are seemingly more readily available and less expensive. By all means, do so. But please just keep them boxed up and tight and safe until we do meet again in person. And if you'd rather hold off, that's perfectly fine too. It's totally up to you. However, I am just going to kind of pull up really quick where you can reference that supply list. So right now, what you're seeing is just a video of me speaking to you because I'm a millennial. Why would I not want to be on camera? Just kidding. No, just so it's more personable. And I just open up Google Chrome, Google browser, and here we go. Okay, so it's just a blank Google browser. So I like, whether we're learning from home and we're away from each other or we are learning in person, I stress this all year long. Parents, children, students, parents, children, guardians, everyone, please, if you have questions, first and foremost, go to my webpage. Go to my webpage, go to my webpage, go to my webpage, blah, 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 red leather, yellow leather, tongue twister. Okay, because more often than not, the information you are probably looking for is going to be there. You just might have to tinker for it. However, I share my cell phone number with you guys. and you can text me too, but like, odds are I'll probably just send you a link of something on my webpage. So how do we get to the webpage? There are a lot of ways. You can Google Zaharis Elementary. Boom. Here we go. First thing that comes up, our school website. Okay? Or you can go to the Mesa Public Schools website. Google Mesa Public Schools. It autofilled there. Okay? First link. Boom. Brings me to the Mesa Public Schools website, and then from there, where it says schools, I come over to Zaharis, click here, and reshift it again over to Zaharis. So pretty easy to get there. Then once you're there, staff. Okay, you've got all these buttons up here, staff, right? Once you're to staff, you scroll down all the way to 4th grade, see Chandler Brown. So if you click on this little drop-down arrow, you'll be like, why can't I get to anything? Why can't you either need to click homepage or you need to actually click this hyperlink here to take you to my website within, I guess it's my web page within the Zaharis website. And then you'll see here there are a lot of different little navigation buttons that can give you some information. So if we're talking about supply lists, odds are I'm probably going to, in alphabetical order, come down to supply lists, right? Fair enough. Let me move this video box here really quick. So here it says 4th grade supply list 2020 through 2021. That's this year. It says click the banner below to review and order Miss Brown's 4th grade supply list. You see there's a hyperlink here, or the button here. You can click on any of those 3 things and it will take you to this. It's a website called Teachers List. This is fantastic. My teammate Tiffany Moore taught our team about it this summer, and it's my first year using it, but it's pretty awesome, especially with everything going on right now and social distancing, people trying to stay home. You see up here, these supplies can be ordered through Amazon, Target, Walmart. Not totally sure what EPI is, Office Depot or Staples. Sorry, EPI, probably education something. But you can get your cart pre-filled, and what these stores do is I've created a list, okay? And so the stores fill your cart automatically with exactly what I have on my list, and the most inexpensive version of it, or it will give you options to upgrade. Okay, so it shops for you. So everything you need, boom, you hit add to cart. I don't know for sure or not if it adds these optional items to your cart. If it does, I know that you have an option to delete them. So please, if you see anything that says optional, those are more like the whole group supplies that definitely are helpful when we are in a classroom setting together. But for the sake of your own child or students yourself, you just really need these items listed here. And again, you can just click through and determine how you'd like to purchase them, or you can simply pull this list up while you're at Target, Walmart, wherever you want to go, and buy them by throwing them into your cart in person there too. It's totally up to you. Print the list off, up to you. But again, my goal is you won't have to use these items, whether you buy them now or later, until we go back to school, fingers crossed. Okay, that's enough about the supply list. The next thing, we talked about learning kits. Hopefully you picked yours up. Okay, daily schedule. So each grade level has committed to a solid daily start time for our synchronized learning. So what this means and looks like from grade level to grade level, and then even within classroom to classroom, might be a little different, but 4th grade has been assigned to begin our synchronized or our together learning, our live learning, where I'm on the WebEx, you students or parents, guardians, your child is logged in and they're hearing from me live action about what's going on that day. And that start time is, drum roll, I'm picturing some of these students to be actually drum rolling. I hope you are. You know who you are. Children, the ones I know really well, the ones I've met recently, You better be drum rolling. 10:30 a.m. If you had a chance to meet with me at Meet the Teacher, hopefully you jotted that note down. 10:30 is our start time. We are not designating a specific end time, just because that might vary from day to day. It might go a little longer, might be a little shorter, but 10:30 a.m. and that's when we start. So how do we start? What does that mean? Start. Well, Miss Brown, you're saying we're starting. So what does that mean? Okay, so here we go. I'm actually going to open up a new incognito window because, actually, you know what? I probably won't need to do that. So, okay, there are two ways you can get to Canvas that we will be using in our fourth grade class. Way number one, option number one. Let's go back to the Mesa Public Schools website. Okay, so I just typed in Google Mesa Public Schools. It's mpsaz.org. Okay, and I scroll all the way to the bottom. Okay, so over here we have this academic resources. Okay, at the bottom we have Canvas. Go ahead and click on that link, and it will bring you to the automatic sign-in page for logging into Canvas. So you see my email address right here because I'm usually logged in. Before beginning this video, the screencast, I actually logged out because that's a beautiful function of Canvas. It keeps your child logged in when they're on their own device. So unless settings are tweaked a little on computers or devices, I'm not sure, but it should just keep them logged in. Once you've been on once, you should be able to stay on. However, I want to show you what it looks like from a student view right now, real time, at present. The time is 2:33 p.m. and it is August 3rd, 2020. Okay, so we're going to use another account. I am going to use one of our classmates' accounts. Okay, so you see it's your child's first, middle, last initial, and then their unique student username ID, followed by @students.mps. Ooh, look at that typo. I put MPASAZ, which I'll tell you, I can't tell you how many students I have. It's not working, won't let me in. But it's like, no, you just didn't type it right. Okay, so let's see what happens. I fixed the issue, so mpsaz.org. Okay, then we hit next. Perfect. So it wants us to save this. Because it's my device, I'm going to hit never. I don't need this child's device logged in. So passwords are the child's first initial capitalized, the last initial lowercase, and then their unique 6-digit password ID number. Okay. So a lot of your children or students, you will already remember this and know this. But if you don't, you either need to text me and let me know, or again, pause. I'm going to hit never here because I don't want to save this info. I'm not trying to hack you. The kiddo who I'm logging in as, he probably will see, or he or she, sorry, anonymous. What was I saying about the password? Anyways, you probably know, you need to reach out to me if you don't know it or you haven't logged in, okay? And odds of you experiencing a few hiccups here or there within the next week or two, very likely. Is it a problem and an issue? No, we'll take care of it. Don't stress. Don't worry. Life is good. Okay, so if you have not been on before, like this is your first time logging into Canvas, which is where our virtual classroom is housed, which is where you students and parents, your child will go when they're logging into their live learning or working on their schoolwork daily, okay? So the first time they log in, they're going to need to accept these policies. I know and have read and accepted these policies, so I understand what I'm doing, but please, of course, for the sake of just your safety and privacy, review those with your child if you feel need be, and then hit submit. And here we go, we're loading. Okay, so this is literally what it will look like. It looks like the Harris Grade 4 Boot Camp 2020 Student Technology Boot Camp has been uploaded. So we've got your child's technology courses uploaded, and then their homeroom which is me. If you are a student with me in Miss Brown's class, this is where your daily schoolwork will be, whether it's reading, writing, math, science, social studies, it doesn't matter, it will be there. But your specials will be their own classrooms, okay? And so it just looks like other specialists haven't published their courses just yet. School doesn't start till tomorrow. And some of you won't see your specials on your, or if you're in my class, you won't see your specials on your dashboard until our specialists and our that line up with our schedules have published their courses. Speaking of that, I totally bypassed when our learning schedule is. So I told you 10:30 a.m. Perfect. So hopefully I don't forget to go back to where you can reference the schedule. But basically, students, I encourage you to be a troubleshooter, get to know this website. When I first got onto Canvas, this is called the dashboard. Over here, you see dashboard is highlighted. I was so intimidated and overwhelmed. And what teachers see on the back end of things, a little bit more comprehensive than what, fortunately, you will have to feast upon yourself, which is nice. But just click on things, see what happens, hit back, go forth, and see where things take you. Okay, so you click on our classroom. Here you see a home page. In here, I'm not going to click on anything, but there are links. So notice, see the cursor. I want you to watch the cursor here. So the cursor will go from, and a cursor is the little pointer, the mouse here, okay, on the screen that's magnified here with the spotlight. So notice it goes from an arrow to then a finger again, back to arrow, arrow, finger, okay, hand, finger. Okay, do you see how that it's transitioning as I scroll? There are little embedded links to different videos and cool resources that you may want to access as we are learning remotely with each other. So feel free to kind of play around with that. But this is what's most important. Modules, this is where you will be accessing your daily content. So I will have each day laid out with your assignments. Right now, the reason they're gray is because they're locked, because it is not Tuesday, August 4th yet, but they unlock in the evening before the day. So these will unlock at 5 p.m. today. It doesn't mean you need to go on and get ahead. In fact, please probably don't for now. I recommend you stay on pace with us as a whole class. However, you're more than welcome to access those things and see what we got going on. And then each day you'll see new assignments appear, and we'll talk about them during our synchronized live learning time. And then you'll go off and work on those assignments and tasks on your own. Okay, so backtracking back to the schedule. So in here, you can see the schedule. You can visit what that schedule looks like here. And I'll show you another place to access the schedule as well for parents who might not be logging into Canvas, okay? So here it says Miss Brown's online class schedule. Okay, if you are a part of GTP with Mr. Carroll, that will begin on August 17th, Monday, August 17th, and our day for GTP is Monday. That will continue on when we go back to in-person learning, but it will begin from morning bell until and conclude at lunch on Mondays. But for now, it's 8 to 9 a.m. on Monday. With STEAM, I believe it's every other week at 8:40 to 9:10. It might be weekly for right now. Obviously, this is not replicating our exact in-person learning schedule, so there are a few things that will need to be tweaked out that we're still working on as a staff and a family. But just stay tuned and stay in touch with your specialist. So just a reminder, GTP, you're with Mr. Carroll. For STEAM, we've got Mrs. Cohn. Okay, PE, this year, Miss Brown's class is working with Mr. Smith. Okay, as you can see, we have PE on Mondays and Thursdays, so you'll be logging on with him on those days, whether it's by video or live learning. Then we will have art with Mr. Becker once a week from 9:15 to 9:45, and sometimes those will be live videos recorded that you'll access, and sometimes those will be live sessions that you will visit and participate in. Then you see at 10:30, there's a start time but no end time because just like I mentioned before, sometimes we go shorter than an hour, sometimes we go over an hour. Just kind of depends, and that's when we'll review our learning for all of our subject areas together. And then on Tuesdays, you have music at 12:25. Okay, notes here. It says you are expected to be on class WebEx meetings with Miss Brown Monday through Friday at 10:30. That's kind of like the most important thing, that you're on at that time so that we can really check in and I can help you out and we can stay connected to each other. And then a lot of the other stuff is self-paced, so it's on your own time, okay? You've got to keep yourself on track, okay? Then it says your fourth grade orchestra time will vary depending upon your instrument choice. So Mrs. Burdick, our orchestra teacher, who's actually the mother of one of your classmates. I'm gonna give you a shout out, Timmy Burdick. His mom is awesome. She's our incredible orchestra teacher this year. You should be hearing from her and potentially Mrs. K, Miss K, about what to expect for orchestra and band within this first week. And then this last note says, be sure to keep in touch with specialists. Those are like your specialist teachers, okay, as their schedule may vary. Okay, I should probably edit. It says as their schedule may vary. It should probably say their schedules. Okay, I'll fix that. Anyways, this is a place you can access the daily schedule, or again, go back here to the Harris website, to my web page. Here you go. Here's the button on the side over here. Let's magnify that really quick. Online daily schedule, okay? So you can click here. Same thing's accessible right here. Okay. Okay. I feel like that's everything. I'm going to move this back up here. I feel like that's everything that you'll need to know. Yeah, I feel like that's it. I'm so excited, you guys. Thank you for bearing with me during this video. Hopefully you had a little snack or something and you're not losing your minds. But I just feel like having to read through message after message after message and seeing what's important in your email inbox versus what's not can be a little complicated. On that final note, just remember, if you're subscribed to my newsfeed, which I automatically subscribe every email address on file to the newsfeed. But if you think you're not getting the messages, odds are your email address is either outdated or typed incorrectly into the Synergy system and needs to be updated through the front office, which is why you aren't receiving messages from me. Or you are new to the newsfeed. So right here, Room 16 newsfeed, if you ever feel like you missed a message or maybe you deleted one of my posts and they've gotten lost in the rubble of your email inbox, just come here directly to the Harris website and my webpage and click on again, we'll go back here at the Room 16 newsfeed, and then they post sequentially, so just like the most recent feed. So as you can see right here was that welcome letter with information about scheduling Meet the Teacher, the Tell Me About Your Child survey, the technology survey, so on and so forth. Okay, I'm so excited to see you guys tomorrow, this week. Don't stress, don't fret, just be there with me. Let's be there together, and we'll kind of get the hang of things. It's going to be awesome. All right, love everyone. Bye.